Good evening. The following are listener friendly, topic by topic summaries of today's headlines, each delivered in English in 3 to 4 clear sentences. Topic 1: New Trump tariffs and Supreme Court ruling. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that most tariffs imposed by former President Trump under the IEEPA are invalid because IEEPA does not authorize tariff imposition, while Trump immediately said he would invoke Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974 to raise a global tariff rate from 10% to the legal maximum of 15%, a move that raises administrative and congressional timing issues, including a 150-day window. Customs systems have lagged in reflecting the ruling, leaving roughly 200,000 containers, about $8.2 billion, still declared under IEEPA codes and creating practical confusion over reporting, payment, and potential refunds. Litigation over refunds is likely to go to the U.S. Court of International Trade. Markets reacted mixedly. Treasury yields barely moved. MSCI World was flat. Europe's Stock 600 fell modestly. U.S. futures were weak. Gold ticked up. The dollar eased, and Bitcoin plunged more than 5%, while strategists urge patience amid short-term uncertainty. Geopolitically, the decision is seen as weakening a Trump tariff lever and boosting China's bargaining power ahead of a planned Trump-Xi summit, prompting EU calls for clarity and respect for prior US-EU trade understandings. Topic 2: AI front and center. OpenAI, Altman, and big tech spending. OpenAI is pushing enterprise adoption with its new Frontier platform and multi-year Frontier alliances with major consultancies, Accenture, BCG, Capgemini, McKinsey, embedding OpenAI engineers and partners into client pilots to scale agents and workflow integration into production. CEO Sam Altman strongly disputed extreme claims about AI's water use, acknowledged legitimate total energy concerns, and urged investment in renewables and nuclear, while arguing inference can already be energy efficient versus human tasks. Data centers, heavy power, and cooling needs have sparked local opposition, and reports that water demand for cooling could rise sharply over decades, heightening regional tensions. Hyperscalers are massively ramping AI capex. UBS estimates roughly $770 billion of AI-related capex in 2026, and are funding this with large bond issuances, stoking investor fears about higher leverage, bond market absorption limits, and rapid obsolescence risks for costly infrastructure. Topic 3: Private credit alarm, Blue Owl under scrutiny. Private credit, non-bank loans to private companies with higher rates and bespoke terms, has surged since 2008 and totaled about $1.3 trillion in the U.S. by end 2024, operating with limited regulation and transparency and often labeled shadow banking. The sector's stress crystallized around Blue Owl after it restricted redemptions in its semi-liquid retail fund, OBDC2, and sold assets to meet payouts, a move that spooked investors and pushed share prices down across the space despite the firm reporting near-par recoveries on sales. Core risks include liquidity mismatches between redeemable retail products and illiquid loan assets, opaque valuations and leverage that can amplify losses on repricing, and significant bank exposures, roughly $300 billion estimated, that create potential contagion to traditional lenders. The retailing of formerly institutional risk and a string of recent bankruptcies and bank losses underscore the need for closer regulatory scrutiny and investor caution. Topic 4: Weight loss drug race heats up. Novo, Lilly, Merck. Novo Nordisk suffered a major setback when its next-gen injection CagriSema failed a non-inferiority test at 84 weeks, showing 23% weight loss versus Lilly's tirzepatide at 25.5%, triggering about a 15% plunge in Novo's shares and wiping billions from its market cap. Novo plans higher dose trials before year-end, but faces skepticism that market share recovery will be easy. Lilly strengthened its lead by launching a monthly multi-dose quick pen for Zepbound. The platform also used,